Welcome back everyone, another week of workshop disasters, custom estates, all that good stuff. We've got a dropper post to install, we've got this bike here with non-existent brakes, and let's see what else comes in through the door. Got a dropper post to fit to this white. It currently has a reverb fitted, and as usual, it's got the sag. I can and I do service these, but to be honest, they only last sort of 6 months and you're back to square one. So we're putting a new one in, getting rid of this reverb. Pretty straightforward on this one, hopefully. So reverb is a hydraulic hose on this. It's normally a cable operated dropper. Reverb is hydraulic. Right, I need to take the lever off, but someone's kindly put 1,000,000 cable ties on here and insulating tape. Don't do this, guys. It's just not good for the bike. The cables need to move independently, not be locked together like this. Right. Shram love Torx bolts, don't they? I don't know why. T25. At least they use mostly one size. This is the hose here, so I should be able to pull this through now. I've undone all that and push it from the top at the same time. That should be enough to get the seat post out. And push that bit up at the same time then. Yeah. There it is. So we're not trying to save this, it's going to go in the bin. The customer doesn't want it. No, I don't want it. But we do need this hose to pull through the new cable housing for the new one. So, I think I'm just going to take this bottle cage off, give me a bit more room, because I need to get into these ports a bit easier. Get them out. Alright. That one's not going to come out in one piece, I'll leave that be. So I'm going to cut this lever off here. You can replace this hose at this end quite easily, so not that we ever will be. I'm going to use this reverb tool, so it's basically sort of dual threaded in opposite directions. Trying to keep it in focus, but get it in both hoses and then you just wind it in. And one of the opposite threads basically pulls in and you get them both at the same time. It's a great tool. Like that. So they're both completely connected together, never going anywhere. This is the new housing, that needs to go through the frame. We should pull the other end now basically. I'm just going to put some lube on this housing so it makes it easier to go through this bush here. So I'll pull the other end that's in the seat post itself, and that'll just go straight through. That's the join there. So just keep pushing, pulling at the same time. It has actually come undone, but we're in the main bit, so we're okay. Just keep pushing that through now. So if it comes undone and you're struggling a little bit, just put the gear cable through in reverse here. And this will come out of the seat tube much easier than the housing. And you can just pull this, and it'll pull it through. So that's that inner cable there, so I can easily pull this through. And it'll take that housing with it. It's pulling against the other end. There you go. Right, that's the hardest part of the job done. Take this cable out now, we don't need it just yet. It did pull out because it's not really designed for gear cable, it's designed for hydraulic cable, which is the old reverb hose. This is a gear cable now, so it didn't quite grab it, but it's easy anyway. So I'll just push these back into the frame. Again, just get a little bit of lube on them, and then they just pop in quite easily. Probably didn't need to take them out realistically, but it just makes life a bit easier. Alright, so they're both back in, bottle cage is back on. So the lever that's supplied has the gear cable going from this direction, which I prefer the other way when it goes this way, and the bare cable is clamped here, so we need to thread it back through that way, and then we'll terminate at the actual seat post itself. There's a pointless grub screw here. Let's see what that's going to actually do, but we'll nip it in anyway. Don't go crazy with it, just nip it up like that. Get this lever on the bar now. It's a pretty basic dropper that we're putting on, it's nothing special, but at least it'll work. Well, reverbs worked once upon a time, but they've very much fell out of favour. You don't see very many now. Nearly all of them are broken. They upgraded the IFP valve so many times to try and make it work, but I think they've given up. I actually quite enjoy servicing them, but by the time you spent the money on the parts and service, you may as well just buy a new dropper. That's the problem. Thread that through there. It's a nice stainless cable, so we're not worried about corrosion. All at the other side is brake hose, so just make sure you get that the right way around. Do it again. That's out the seat tube now, so just seat that in there. You've got a barrel adjuster on here, so make sure it's screwed pretty much all the way in. Give yourself one turn out, so you've got a bit of adjustment both ways though. So this one has this small fitting, which will drop on here. Tighten that cable up. They give you a specific dimension there. I think it's around about 12mm. I need to just check. And when you're tightening this up, it's critical you ensure it's seated in the lever. So if that's popped out while you're doing this, you're going to be miles out. Right, that's not going to be far off. Barrel adjuster will take up a couple of millimetres if need be. So there's 2 Allen keys, 3 in there, 2 in here. Just nip that onto the cable. Again, don't go bonkers with it. It does need to be tight. And this is one where you can't leave a tongue. You need to cut this pretty much as flush as you can, so you have to use side cutters. You struggle to get proper cable cutters in there. But you can't leave like an inch out the top because it'll just foul on the seat post. So cut that off nice and short. On this white we have this rubber colour, so just put this down here before you forget. Pull it up when I've got it all in, but just leave it there for now. Grease on the seat post, then we need to hook this into its little housing here. And that's why you can't leave it long. So it goes in there, and then you need to seat this underneath the post, like that. And that's basically set up there. So now we're going to push the seat post in at the same time as pulling this housing through the frame. Keeping tension on this, don't just push this in because quite often this will just pop out and you're not connected when you actually put it all together. So I'm just pulling the housing through now at the same time as gently guiding the seat post in. And make sure you got the seat post the right way around. So that's pretty much where the old one was. I'm just going to gently knit this up. Clean any grease off there. Like I say, this basically just sits over there now to seal it up a bit. It actually goes the other way around, doesn't it? Like so. There's a rubber plug to go in here when we're finished. Just got to set the height and everything else first, so and check it works. Right, let's see if it works first. Press and hold the lever, and push down on your seat post while it's still down. Let go of your lever, and it stays down. Press your lever, up she goes. Right, it's working perfect. Good. And it's just a case of putting your saddle on. Right, saddle's on, seat post torqued up, cable looks good. So I'm going to use these little clips here where you clip them together basically, and these allow the cables to move independently. Cables, hoses, whatever you've got. Just use a couple of these. I'm going to cut all these off and put two on that side as well, because it's just not good for the gears. You're forcing a cable to go where it doesn't want to go. Just a quick pause in proceedings to say a massive thanks to Sport and Leisure for sponsoring today's video. So nothing worse than being right in the middle of a job, only for everything to come to a grinding halt because the part you special ordered said it going to be here today. It wasn't even in stock, was it? It wasn't even in the same country. I've been there, done that. That's exactly why I use Sport and Leisure. They're based right here in the UK. Their stock levels really are 100% live. So it's on the shelf, ready to go. Get your order in before 3 PM and it's dispatched the very same day with free shipping on all UK orders. Plus next day delivery, only £2.50, which is just brilliant when you need to crack on with the job, like you should have been doing today. They've also updated the channel discount for you. Head over to sportandleisure.com/BCR or scan this QR code on the screen right now. It'll generate a 10% discount at checkout off your very first order. If you're buying parts anyway, it's an easy way to save a bit of cash. So the link's in the description below. And thanks again to Sport and Leisure for continuing to support the channel. All right, let's see what disaster we've got coming up next. Next up, we've got this ribble. Customers complaining that the brakes are not very good, squeaking, etc, etc. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see that, but this rotor is literally covered in oil. It's literally covered in it. Clean finger, covered in oil. And the caliper's even worse. Let me show you. Oh my God. I think this is one of them where it's been squeaking so much, they've attacked it with oil. That's not a reflection you see in there, that's grease. Of white grease. All over the caliper, all over the inside of the pads, all down here. It's everywhere inside here. It's white grease by the looks of it, like chain spray or something like that. So it looks like the whole thing has been basically sprayed with spray grease or something similar. I mean, it'll certainly make it quiet, but yeah, the brakes don't work then. So what we need to do, obviously, get these pads out. You're not cleaning these up in a million years. These are going in the bin. So new pads are going in. I'm going to decontaminate the rotor, hopefully. Probably put it in the ultrasonic, actually. Get all that oil off it, and then get them bedded in on the machine. Let's see what state these are in. There's oil on there, there's grease on there, and that's broken. You see all the internet myths in the world how to clean these. Don't bother, guys. Chuck them in the bin and get some new ones. It's impossible. And that's inside the caliper. It's literally dripping off. Alright. Wow. The front one's squeaking just as badly and ineffective. I'm not had a look at it yet, but it can't be as bad as this one, surely. Alright, let's get it cleaned up. I'm just going to press the lever, put these pistons out a little bit just to check what they look like on the edges. They don't look too bad. I'll give them a good clean as well. Push them back in, get some new pads in. Certainly move easy enough. Beautiful. Just give them some massage while we're here. This is a Cush core tyre lever, in case you're wondering. Does a really good job for these. Alright, let's get some new pads in. Using EBCs on these. I use these an awful lot. Last 2-3 years. pretty much all Dior stuff. I put these in, really good results, especially when they're bedded in properly on the machine. So let's get them stuck in here as well. Literally just drop straight in, like that. There's one retaining bolt goes around the back. And a little safety clip that just drops on the back of that bolt. Noodle of, that's on. And the same in the front as well. It's actually the next day I'm filming this. I'm still waiting for a reply from the customer as to how the grease got on there. And he's not even read the message yet, ghosting me. So if you get your bike in for service, please respond to WhatsApp. Otherwise your bike just goes into the back of the workshop and it hangs up there for 2 days until you get back to me. Get this off and see if we can get it cleaned up a bit. Literally covered in it. You see all this white stuff here? This is grease. All this, look. This is all the spray grease. It's all over the spokes. Obviously, this is where the rotor was. It's all over this axle. It's literally everywhere. Look at the cassette. No sign of it. So it looks like it's just been sprayed all over the brake to try and quieten it down. But all right, let's clean it up. Pull this off. Get it out of the way. Fresh fluid in the ultrasonic, so just get these in here and they'll be as good as new. Switch it on first. There you go. Right, so out of the ultrasonic, looking pretty much brand new. I'm just going to go over once again with some brake cleaner, just to be sure. This cloth should come back spotlessly clean still. No issues cleaning rotors. Don't bother trying to clean pads. Right, clean. This is a nice clean cloth. Put that on there now. It's still a nice clean cloth, so this rotor is spotlessly clean, inside and out. Super clean rotor, literally looks brand new. Get this torqued up and get it back in. Right, we'll get it bedded in now on the Cinter. So we're on 160 rotors, twin pots, so that is program A. Let's do the front wheel first. Done. Do the back wheel, but I'll move it so you can see what the display is telling you, or telling me. Actually, it tells you when to put the brakes on and when to release it to cool off. So you put the brakes on there. Keep that band within the green bit. If you put it on too hard, it goes orange. Not enough orange. Keep it in the green band, like this. Counts down at the bottom, and then tells you to release, and that just allows everything to cool down. Ready for the next cycle. You just repeat that until it stops. And we're done. Perfectly bedded in brakes. What a machine. So I have done a complete video on this, explaining why I've got it and what it does. Obviously it beds the brakes in for you, obviously, but the idea is it does it within the workshop within sort of 2 minutes, perfectly bedded in. Doesn't matter what the weather's doing, doesn't matter if the bike's 6 sizes too big, doesn't matter if the traffic's mad and you can't get into a good rhythm, doesn't matter if you've got no hills up or down, it does it all for you in 2 minutes, perfectly done. It's an absolute game changer for any workshop. If you've not got one, guys, in the shops, get yourself one. It's fantastic. Not for home consumer use, this is a very expensive piece of kit, but for a professional workshop, absolute game changer. Best thing I've ever bought for the workshop, bar the work stand, obviously. Right, they are done. Next up, we've got this seat post in this Kinesis, so it's an aluminium frame, aluminium seat post. Customer's already had a go soaking penetrating fluid, put it in the vise, it's a C solid. So we're going to go one go on this and we're going to stop because it's obviously still quite a nice frame and we don't want to damage a frame. So she's clamped up here, ready to go. So I'm just going to get some heat on there and then I'm going to give it a good pull. Sounded wrong. Yeah, it was under a bit of pressure now. I'm just going to give it a wind and see what happens. Wish me luck.
Yeah. Full.
Did it move?
I think, potentially. Yes, it's moving.
Success!
Oh. Get in.
She's moving. It's just the sound of success.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some penetrating fluid in there now, see if it will just speed things up a bit.
I accidentally bought the world's longest.
It's like 500 mil or something.
Yeah.
just do this, just do that, you don't know what you do.
It's worked for me once, and you're like,
Yeah, it's not been seasoned, mate, it's just been quite tight.
yeah!
Right, that is finally out, making really good noises now. Beautiful. Right, just take this out now, and that is fixed.
Perfect. Definitely worth the trip.
Absolutely. She's out, 100% success rate for today. So we're going to get out, 100% success rate. Well worth the trip, yeah?
Definitely. Yeah, 100%.
Perfect. See, it does work. Told you it'd work. Right, what's next? Right, you may have seen this mentioned in another video. This is going to be a hell of a mission. I'm not going to lie. I committed to doing this for a friend 2 or 3 years ago, before YouTube, etc. But yeah, it's going to be a big job. And I'm actually going to paint this one. However, I don't even know what colour it was because this is so faded, so corroded. I don't know what colour it was supposed to be. But my plan is, if we drop this fork, there should be a bit of overspray here, and that'll hopefully be the right colour. So that's just a bit of R&D in this one, and then we'll get the paint ordered, and there'll be another video for sure. Bike is absolutely ruined. I am well aware of this. It's very sentimental to my friend. It was his dad's. Passed away, and he would like to ride it again at some point, somehow. And it strikes me as a good opportunity to see if we can get a bit of paint on the channel. So that's what we're going to do with this one. I am no Picasso, I'll warn you, but we'll see what we can do. Let's get this stem out. It could be easier said than done. Just moving that's a bonus. There you go. Drop this wheel out of the way first, actually. Might even got some wheel building in this one as well. We're going to see what we got. I might roll this into a Christmas special because it's going to be a hell of a mission. I think the result, hopefully, my vision in my head says it's going to be great, but we'll see about that. Just need to disconnect this brake, it's just a bit tight. I don't always put these things on for. This is not standard. You've given me pretty much free rein on this. I have thought about buying just a donor bike for parts, but this is Suntour XCE, which is not so common, so it'd be quite nice to kind of at least use this or buy XCE again, because everything is just massively faded. I have tried the old flamethrower trick on this, and it brings it up slightly black. That might be an option as well. But I've got months to think about it. This is just R&D today for the paint. Right. There you go. Let's crack this off. Nobody loose. This will give me a job for Evaporust, my new headset. Whip it out now. The fork, that is. Let's see what we got. I'm hoping there's, like I say, there's some overspray down the bottom of the fork. It's untouched by UV and corrosion. That's my plan. All will be revealed any second. Wow! I wasn't expecting that. That's pretty much red. There you go. My plan worked. That looks like the original colour to me, red. I honestly thought it was a neon of some sort. Interesting. That's incredible, look at that. Before and after. That's all I wanted to show you on this one. Now I've got to work out what colour this is and see if I can order it. I was hoping it was going to be neon actually. I was really wanting to paint this fluorescent orange. I might still do that yet, but... Actually, thinking about it, I could be wrong. This could be a primer, because I took this cantilever brake off, which is obviously seen no UV underneath there, and it's still kind of this salmon orange colour. It's a pretty disgusting colour, I'll be honest with you. So I don't think it is the red actually, and you very likely scrape this. This paint is literally just falling off. I don't know, it's just nothing left there. It's literally a micron thick of this salmon paint, maybe, whatever it was once upon a time. And the date on this fork says 1988. I think that last digit is an 8. That's when it's manufactured. It might have been used in 89, 88, 89. So like I say, if anyone can recognise which model this is or was, this is not original, but it looks like it was pretty much Suntour XCE originally. These are aluminium. They do polish up beautifully. I've done a bit around the back, it's like a mirror. But yeah, aluminium, 3 main tubes, mono seat stay here with some lugs on it. That's about all I can identify for you, unfortunately. Had some nice Mavic wheels on it, Oxygen M6 CDs. I don't know if these are original though, but there's a Suntour XCD hub, and as you can see over the years, it's literally completely perished, so this wheel is not usable. Could be rebuilt, that could be an option, as I say, for a video. Wow. And the mystery deepens. Cycle company of America. So I'm guessing it's a US import. Obviously the bike is completely ruined, it's a complete wreck, it should be in the tip. However, a good friend of mine, and it's very sentimental to him. I did kind of promise. And let's face it, it's going to make great content, isn't it? I'm sure you've all been shouting at the screen, why don't you take the head tube badge off? Yeah, good point. There you go, she's off. That was easy. It is red, I told you it was red. So it's definitely red, that's the same colour as what was on the inside of the fork. I still can't find any pictures of this. I think it's probably going to be in an American catalogue somewhere. 88, 89 Technium. So if anyone can give me a link to that with this red frame, red and silver frame in it, that'd be awesome because I need to copy the stickers as well. So, alright, mystery solved. It's red. Last up we have a spoke repair. Not just any old spoke though, this is internal and it's on tubeless, so it's pretty much the worst combination you can possibly have. This was in for a repair about 15, 16 months ago for another spoke. These came from Giant in Taiwan and took 6 weeks to get here. They're bespoke to this wheel. Nobody in the UK can make them or supply them because of the hammerhead fitting on here. Some of the spoke guys offered to try and make some with some other spokes and hammer it down basically, but there's a very specific spoke to this wheel. Luckily, I ordered more than one when I ordered it last time, so I do have this spoke in stock. Let's see what we've got to do. Got to take this cap off first to get it out of the hub. Take the tyre off, take the rim tape off, fit the spoke, true the wheel, put the tape back on, make sure it's true still after you put some pressure in it, and we'll put some sealant in it. What a pain in the arse these are. Let's get this cap off first. Like that. And there's the spoke. The problem that took so long is because they got lost at customs twice. The Giant had to reorder them twice. It's just a nightmare, honestly. It's literally 6 weeks to get a £3 spoke. But it's because they're fitting on the end of the AC. You can get other types, but they're not. This is what they call a hammerhead, I think it was called. And it's pretty much unique, as I say, to this wheel. So here's a spoke. Good job it was non-drive side, because I didn't order drive side at the same time. I should have done. I think, to be honest, the customer's on his last legs with this wheel. This whole bike actually, it's a pretty old Giant now. This is the right one. You can see how much is snapped off there in the nipple. But the spoke is the right one. Well, that's a start. It wouldn't be quite so bad if it wasn't tubeless. 5 psi, I don't think so. Yeah, there you go, 64. I think this tyre's definitely seen better days. Wow. Jeez. Right, I want to take this out to the wash station because it's going to make an almighty mess in a minute. If I can get this valve out, what it'll also allow me to do is inflate it with an inner tube before committing to tubeless. Get it trued. Sometimes what happens when you true it, put pressure in the wheel, it takes it back out of true. And then if you obviously sealed all your tubeless tape up again, it's just, wow, it's just the worst job. You can put a tube in here temporarily, I'll do the same job. That might work. There's the hole for the broken one. You need that hole anyway to get the truing tool in there. See if we get the nipple out of there. There you go. There's the spoke nipple. The problem is, I don't know if I've got any more of these, to be honest. It just looks like a normal spoke nipple without the slots in it. I don't think I'll be able to get the remains of that out because I can see some sort of Loctite in the end there. So let me see what I've got. I might have these somewhere. Let me just check. I've got a drawer full of spokes, etc. nipples. I found one random spoke here. It looks like it's from the same repair and it's got the right nipple on it. Lucky days. I've just ordered 10 more from Giant as well, so I'll be covered going forwards. And exactly the same, it's just got a round head here instead of the slots. You could potentially use a normal one, but the slots might gouge into the carbon, that's the only theory, so got the right one. Right, business. Right, so Giant have already got some spoke prep on here. We can get this fitted. So to fit these, you need one of these. There's a set of them. And that'll basically drive the spoke from that end there, through the rim, and onto the end of the spoke. This is the difficult bit. Let's see if I can get it on without dropping the nipple in the rim again. Might have got it. First go. Yeah, it's got it. And some spoke plier. This basically holds the blade flat when you put some tension in it, then we get it in the jig. Otherwise it just twists the spoke like crazy. Okay, just get it so it feels somewhere close to the other ones next to it, his neighbours. And we'll get it in the truing stand. Alright, let's see where we're at anyway. Not far out at all really, is it, to be honest? Got one little pull over this bit. Let's get it a bit closer. That's that one there. So I'm guessing that one there is the spoke I've just put in. Another turn on there, and should be good. And indeed it is. There's the new spoke I've just put in, and there's the buckle. So we're just going to grab this spoke, Put another turn or so on there and we should be good. Now I've left my pliers over there, don't fall out. Like I say, another probably a turn or so on there and we'll be good. Like that. And take that out, you can just wobble that around, that you can hear that's already clearing that. That'll do me. Right, good. So just checking the tension of that spoke compared to its neighbours. 16, 16, replacement spoke 16. But like I say, the problem is when you inflate this tyre now, the pressure will actually change the rim and could potentially put it out of true again. So I think what I'll do is I'll put an inner tube in there, inflate it again to around about 60 psi, make sure it's still true, take that tube out. I'm going to retape the wheel, don't worry guys, I will retape it, and then put some sealant in it and we'll be done. So what I'll do, just a little patch on here, put a tube in there, inflate it, check it's true, take the tyre off and the tube off, take all the tape off, retape it, put some sealant in it, and then it'll be good. Okay, don't look at the tyre, that's not beaded properly, we're looking at the wheel here. This one still looks pretty good. I'm going to give it another half a turn, I think, when I take this tyre off again. But you can see, you can't now true this because you can't access the nipple without taking this off, taking the tape off, truing the spoke, putting the tyre back on, inflating it to see what difference that's made to the trueness of the wheel. You could be here all day taking it on and off, on and off, on and off. In my opinion, one of the most stupid ideas the cycling industry has ever come out with. For what benefit? Absolutely minuscule. Aero? What? God, give me a break. Look at it. What's it doing? They've got no consideration whatsoever for the people who actually got to true these things with spoke brakes like this. Absolutely ludicrous design. Anyway, I'll take this off now, rant over, maybe. Take this off now and give it another sort of half a turn on here. I'm not going to put it back on again. It's straight enough as is, but I believe I can pull it over a tiny bit more. And then get the tubeless retaped, get some sealant in there, then put the tyre on, and then see if it's still straight. So I'm just going to give it another quarter of a turn. I'll get the tape off, get it retaped, get the tyre on, get some sealant in there, get rid of it. Right, we are fully retaped. Let's get the valve in, get the tyre on. Just thinking, you might be wondering why I'm making such a big deal about internal nipples. The problem is, yeah, even on another tubeless wheel, yes, of course, you'd need to do the tape, etc., etc. But you don't have the problem where you've inflated the tyre and it goes out of true. You can't then re-true it. And that's the problem when they're internal like this. It's just, wow. And the other one, put the tyre on. Yeah, it goes slightly out of whack. You can still access the nipples just to finely tune it. Type of design. Clearly, you can't do that. That's that all finished, sealed up. I'm going to leave it overnight, make sure it holds air before I give it back to the customer. You could definitely do with a new tyre, that's for sure. But anyway, not too bad in the end, I guess. Hours work to do one spoke. Well, hope you enjoyed that selection. I will keep these videos coming weekly at the moment because it's a busy time of the year in the workshop and it's actually pretty easy for me to film these compilations. Let me know if you want to see a video on this bike or if it's just too far gone. I'll have to do it anyway, so you know I may as well be filming it. But yeah, it's going to be a hell of a mission, but at least I know what colour it is now. Anyway, thanks for watching and stay tuned. I'll see you again next week with another random selection of God knows what's going to come through the door. Thanks for watching.